All right, Drew, let's talk about a few things, and we can all chime in on this. Today was a very sad day because a super talented actor lost his life, 28-year-old Heath Ledger.
Crazy.
In New York City.
Yep.
One thing that I noted was because he had pneumonia, apparently.
Yeah, but 28-year-old males do not die of pneumonia. You and I have talked about things like this before.
Right.
And certainly if a 28-year-old male were going to die of pneumonia, he would be getting progressively more ill and having fevers and prostration and people worrying about him. He wouldn't be making appointments for masseuse. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you get short of breath and have this confusion and you get be in and out of hospitals. They don't, boom, die like that. Not with pneumonia.
Now, why would he have a masseuse coming? Why would he take sleeping pills if he had someone coming over to massage him?
Good question.
All right, next, no one knows the answer.
No one knows the answer.
Next question is, seemingly healthy guy?
Yep.
I mean, we don't know what's going on with his heart internally. There's pro basketball players that have died of heart attacks on the court.
Absolutely true. We have to keep an open mind to the possibility that some sort of congenital problem or some other medical issue that has not yet been identified was the cause. Certainly possible.
I've taken Ambien. I'm sure you have. People that are
taken Ambien. You've had weird hallucinations.
Yes, yes. My family's listening to this. Sorry. Thanks, Drew. All right, so
not badly. No,
not badly. But how many Ambien would one or sleep? Because he mentioned Ambien in interviews.
Yes,
but how many would one need to take to die from that?
100.
Are you really?
I mean, really a lot.
Wow.
Really a lot. To kill a male, you got to take a ton.
What about combining 3 Ambien with some over-the-counter sleep aid?
No. But now you combine Ambien with maybe some Valium and maybe some Vicodin and a cough syrup because he had pneumonia. Now you put a little alcohol in there. Now you got some trouble.
But that's a lot of things.
That's a lot of things, but you don't know. Maybe he had little stuff. He may have had some misuse of medicines and stuff going on. He might have that. I mean, that's how people die. They misuse meds. Now, whether or not that's part of an evolving addiction or not, who knows?
I know nothing. I've never met the man. I know nothing about it. So this has nothing to do with Heath Ledger right here.
Right, we're just speculating.
All right, but let me ask you this. If you combine heroin and Ambien, what happens?
You can just die of the heroin.
Yeah, I don't think that.
You don't need the Ambien.
Right.
And you asked earlier what happens if somebody stops taking heroin and then starts up again.
Right.
You're not as tolerant to the heroin when you start up again. So what might have been a normal dose for you now is a huge dose. And that's how people die sometimes.
So your body can regenerate itself then?
Can go back towards normal so it's no longer tolerant to the drug.
Jesus, man.
It's complicated. But the drug interaction is really where people get into troubles. That's where the trouble starts.
Self-medicating is never a good idea.
No, medicines are dangerous.
It is.
All medicines.
I have to jump in here and say, God, don't try it. Make sure you read labels. Make sure you keep. I lost someone very close to me this way, and it's one pill can kill you if you don't take it the right way, or if it's your life is so fragile, and I lost someone extremely dear and close to me because someone had put some medications in some wrong bottles, and she thought she was taking one thing and she was really taking something else. And
did she combine it with something else?
No. But if you are allergic to something and it was not prescribed to you, it can kill you.
Mm-hmm. All medicines are dangerous.
And it's not something you want to mess around with. And we don't know what happened to Heath. Like you said, it's speculation. Maybe what he took was something that a friend had given him, and since it was not prescribed to him, maybe he was allergic.
We don't even know. Maybe it's something that wasn't even detected.
Maybe he didn't overtake it. Maybe he took what was exactly what you're supposed to take, but maybe it wasn't his medication.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I thought about also, the guy, I don't know if you're listening, if you heard, he's been traveling so much. I don't mean New York to New Jersey, but London, Australia, New York, back and forth, and filming, and they film so many hours, and when you want to sleep time is precious. And maybe he said, this isn't working, and then went to something else, and next thing you know, maybe
he apparently was complaining he'd only been able to sleep 2 hours a night in spite of Ambien. And that's a pretty heavy statement. That's a psychiatric symptom at that point.
God, man, it's just awful. And you know what I really like about Heath Ledger, by the way? He was one of these guys who continued to make good movies and good choices in movies, but he didn't seek paparazzi.
Right, he's a regular guy.
Yeah.
I know, that's why we're all so mad.
And he's got this huge movie about to come out.
Batman,
yeah.
Yeah, so I liked him because there's more, I don't know if it's more females than males, but people that are in the acting world, and people that don't even act that are famous that seek, TMZ and Perez Hilton and paparazzi. And this guy would walk around with a book over his face because he just wanted his work to speak for itself.
Right.
And because he was such a talented guy, and he didn't need to be all over the place to be successful.
That's right.
Brokeback Mountain. And that's why I think people are even more sad, because he wasn't even on the radar.
He wasn't somebody we want to tear down.
Good line, Drew. Go on that, if you will.
No, that's what I was talking with Anderson Cooper about tonight, was that he was asking that very question. I said, you know what, that's what makes us hurt so bad, because this isn't somebody that we're gratified by destroying, like we seem to be hell-bent on destroying Britney Spears and Lindsay Lohan. So, I mean, one day we're going to have to deal with our guilt for that, because particularly Britney's going down. But this one blinded us, blindsided. We didn't want to tear this one down, and he's gone. Awful.
Well, I'm sure everyone's curious to hear exactly what went wrong. And can they 100% figure that out?
They'll figure it out, yeah.
No matter how long he was...
I mean, there's such things as mysteries, but I think they'll figure it out.
Right. So, anyway. So, I mean, if you have questions on drugs or sleeping aids, tonight would be the night to call. Doctor?
Yes, sir.
I know you have a big day tomorrow.
Yeah.
A lot of Heath Ledger talk, right?
I'm going to try to do a little Heath Ledger, like 4 a.m, and then that's it, and avoid Heath Ledger and Dr. Phil and Britney the rest of the day.
For any Heath Ledger family, friends listening, sorry.
Very sad.
Very sad.
Really a huge loss, and nothing you can say to make that better. It's just a devastation.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed on Loveline are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for Loveline is Ann Engel. Engineered by Anderson Cowan. Loveline is a presentation of Westwood One.
106.7 KROQ-FM HD1 Pasadena, Los Angeles, the world famous K-Rock.